Latrell peaked at the Sydney Roosters? Ooh.
Right now,
He peaked at the Roosters.
if he stopped his career right now, Payne Haas will win South of Comp in 2027.
I think that's ridiculous. I think there's a chance that they don't make the 4. Ooh. I reckon.
You don't think we'll make the 4?
When there's too many variables like that, plus the other strong teams such as the Sydney Roosters, who probably will be going for back-to-back in 27, I think that, I can't see us winning the comp in 27. Yeah, I'll dye the back of my mullet red and green if he's higher than us on the ladder by the end of round 27.
Wow, I like it.
Hey there, I am Roasty, and this is Change My Mind, brought to you by the Isuzu MU-X. This is a show where we have two diehard fans going face-to-face, debating the topics that they will swear by and not back down on. Welcoming onto the show, we have a Roosters fan in Tom Jaeger and a diehard Rabbitohs fan in Age from the Cast Patrol. Boys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate the other club?
I'll be honest, I don't hate South as much as most Roosters fans, but it's enough, you know what I mean? Like, it's...
Means you're a fake fan. I hate the Roosters.
They're our little bro, so there's always that rivalry, you know what I mean? But
no, I think it's the biggest rivalry in Australian sport, to be honest.
Yeah, it's up there, along with some of the other big rivalries in rugby league. We're going to get into them. All right, guys, let's kick things off, eh? Tommy, what's your first statement?
Yeah, I'll get started. I think pretty obvious one. I think that the Payne Haas signing, obviously big deal. Nowhere near as big of a deal as when we signed Cooper Cronk to the Sydney Roosters from the Melbourne Storm.
Oh, Age, you got a response to that.
Yeah,
Cooper Cronk came in.
It is a tough one to argue. He came in, won 2 comps, won one with no shoulder. Cooper Cronk, great player, you know. But I think Payne Haas, he's staying for 3 years. Don't get any ideas he's leaving R360. I think he can easily get 1. And if he gets 1, I feel like that's bigger than Cooper Cronk with that star-studded team than, you know, going into a star-studded team and just winning 2 comps. Because they should have won, you know?
That was my follow-up question. I was going to say, what's Payne need to do in order for it to be more significant? Which I think, if he only needs to win 1, does that speak to where the 2 clubs sit?
If he comes in and wins 1 and then leaves straight away, is the signing, not as significant, or is it because he's won?
I think it depends on what happens this year as well, because we came bottom 5, bottom 6 the last 2 years. If we come out and miss the finals again, and then Payne in 2027 wins us a comp, that is a massive improvement. From missing finals 3 years in a row to winning a comp, I think he surpasses Cooper Cronk.
If he doesn't win the comp, is it just Cooper Cronk way better?
Well, I think for it to even be a conversation, he has to win the comp.
Yep.
Otherwise, I think the reason why it's such a big deal right now, he's just won a comp, as did Cooper in 2017. Now, granted, Cooper had signed prior to winning that premiership. He'd signed during that year. But in saying that, if Payne doesn't win the comp, the only reason it's such a big deal right now is because he's a current premiership player and it was done under everyone's noses. Like, it's a massive move and it's sort of caught everyone off guard. I think it's only substantial if they do win a premiership, though. Otherwise, it's just like the last 60 years.
Yeah, I think if he gets 1 in the first 2 years, it's hard to say he's going to go past Cronk. But if he gets the first one and then gets us into the top four, then I think so. But 2 comps, it is hard to argue.
Yeah, well, because I will say this as well. Like, Greg Inglis, when he came to Souths and he won the 1 premiership, he obviously won 3 while he was it 3? No, 2. He won 2 while he was in Melbourne, but played in a few grand finals.
Yeah.
But, the fact that he got there and there was a lot of legacy and narrative involved in that 14 premierships, I think it does carry more weight, the fact that him and Sam Burgess won that comp. So I think if Payne Haas was to win 1 comp, it would be a massive deal. But I think that more speaks to the lack of success you guys have had in the last 50 years.
Well, it's no 43-year drought right now, is it? It's, what are we up to? We're up to 12-year drought. So, one fourth of that. But yeah, as I said, the last 2 years have been terrible. Injuries have ruined us. Not going to put excuses out there, but yeah, Payne comes and wins a comp in his first year or second. I think he surpasses Cronk.
If there's a second year, that is.
If he doesn't go to R360 or Wayne's get out clause goes to PNG, time will tell. Just right now he's signed for 3 years. So,
all right, good first argument. Age, what have you got next for us?
I'm going a bit bold, bit left field. The bookies won't agree with me. South will finish higher than Roosters in 2026. On the ladder, not going finals.
Confidence.
Yeah.
I think the reason that the bookies wouldn't agree with you there, I can't see you guys I think this year it'll be the same yarn we always hear, where if there's no injuries and blah blah blah. Now, granted, I know you had a shocking injury run last year, but I also just think that the Roosters are going to be a proper contender this year. Trying to remove my own fan bias from it. I think with the roster that they've got, I think we've got some really good depth. Seeing Blake Steep do what he did over the weekend, I think, yeah, we're going to be able to navigate any injuries or, people missing with rep a lot better than what you guys will this year. That's how I feel.
I do like your team on paper. It's a great 1-17 and onwards, but I just see South coming out this year, has signed, everyone's confident. Wayne's had the worst 3 years in his history. So Wayne's not going to let it happen again. I think he's going to come out, team with confidence, fit team. Murray's back. He's massive for us. Watching South last year, it is adamant that he's our best player. Everything he does in the middle, no one notices it. And when he's gone, you see everything. So I just think like our left edge as well. You got Cody, Latrell, Fafita now, Alex Johnson. He'll get the record of tries. And I think, I don't know, new combo with Cherry as well. Like Cherry, Sam Walker, 5'8", hasn't played that in a long time. Robson, new hooker. It's going to take time to gel.
I get what you're saying. I think, look, if we can nail that combo, I think it will take time. It wouldn't shock me if we're a bit clunky for the first 6 to 8 weeks. So I think you got a point there. I'm also excited from your point of view to see Keon and Murray play in the middle together. That's exciting. But I also think, I don't know how they're going to navigate. I can't see them just parking Latrell at centre. I think he's going to be playing fullback when they're in good ball and attacking. So I don't
think he'll be roaming, eh? You can't just park him left centre and give him 10 touches.
So I don't know what that's going to look like, though. That takes time to sort of figure out that balance. I think Cody, he's going to struggle again to get games out with the injuries that he's got. I don't know who your 700% is going to be.
I think Humphries will get first crack when he's back from suspension.
Yeah.
2 weeks out, first 2 rounds, unless Bud Sullivan takes it with 2 hands. I think Humphries is the man.
I would have thought so too, but there's just enough question marks there over your 7. I just don't see you guys finishing higher than us this year.
So you guys play each other late in the year. It's probably, if you're going to be close, head to head, the winner of that could jump ahead of each other. You're talking about bets. Could we see a bet between you two of doing something that's
round 27, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're taking our home game to Allianz, which is even more juicy.
Whoever's highest on the ladder after that game.
What are we thinking?
I'm open to suggestions. What do you reckon, Roasty?
I was going to say take your shirt off, but you're already coming in your sleeves off. So
He'd love that.
I don't think it's a.
We want it to be a punishment.
Oh no.
Are you putting the mullet on the line?
I could put the mullet on the line.
How confident are you?
I would prefer to maybe dye it a stupid colour or something. Or maybe dye
red and green.
Dye
red and green, half red, half green.
Yeah, I'd dye the back of my mullet red and green if he's higher than us on the ladder by the end of round 27.
Wow, I like it.
Red at the back and party at the back and business up front.
Yeah, it'll still be business up front, obviously, but
Jeez, and what do I have to do?
Red and green back. You have to get red, white, and blue.
Wow. Do you have any ideas? Where just even thirds?
We'll cut you a mullet. I've
got a mini one here. It's not quite like yours, but
I know a guy, so we'll get you nice and faded and blend it up, and then the back red, white, and blue.
Yep,
just the back. Okay.
Yeah. So what's your ladder predictions? Where do you see South finishing at the end of the year?
Fully fit. I think we finish 4th, just scrape in, and it'll be hopefully on the back of that Roosters game, knock you out, and you guys go 5th.
I think we'll be 3rd. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So,
So you avoid that first round matchup, but you'll see each other later on.
It obviously depends on the fitness of the squads. If you guys caught big injuries to your hooker, spine, big forwards, then you guys will struggle. If we lose a half, then I'll just start dyeing my hair straight away. But but I think fully fit, we make the 4.
Got a bit of spice there to end the season, so looking forward to seeing some fantastic hair
wait
from
to see
you
you with
guys.
the red, white, and blue mullet.
Let's just shake on it, make it official. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. But Tommy, what do you got next for us? What's your next big statement?
This one, I think, will be something that everyone can get around, whatever side they're on. I can't see a way that you could argue against the fact that Latrell peaked at the Sydney City Roosters.
Ooh. Off the back of a couple of premierships there too.
It's a good question, but I want to do something a bit illegal. I want to spin it. I reckon Roosters peaked before Latrell left, because since then haven't made a grand final, made 1 prelim. South have made 3 prelims, and you guys and 1 grand final. Trell's also won 2 Origins out of 3. He should have been in the grand final, was suspended. I don't know. I just feel like maybe you guys peaked.
The script's been flipped here.
I don't think that is a reasonable argument because I would actually argue that you guys, if Latrell was fit, I don't think you make the grand final in 21. I think it suited you that Blake Taff was your fullback at the time.
You can't tell me Trell not being there in the grand final.
I'll tell you why.
We wouldn't have won. We'd lost by like 2. I'm trying to get out of my memory.
I'm going to cast your mind back to a prelim final in 2022 against the Penrith Panthers. You guys are up 12-0.
Yep.
Going into half-time, it's 12-all. If you remember, Brian Toto threw off about 15 people and scored.
Yep.
In the second half, the Panthers scored, I think, 4 tries off grubbers, catching Latrell Mitchell out of position. Now, I think that this year, they're going to use Latrell how they should have used him for a long time, where he's not going to have to do all the defensive work and the yardage work at fullback. He can sort of just be parked at centre, and in good ball, you'll get the best out of him at fullback. Because I understand, I'm not like there's a lot of people that will say about Latrell, just play him at centre, but I get why in those 3-on-2s and out the back, he's one of the best to ever do it when he's in those positions.
Yeah.
I think he'll be able to get in those positions more if he's fresh, playing centre in defence. So I think you're going to see that.
Yep.
But I don't think that he has performed at Souths anywhere near how he performed at the Roosters. And I think he's missed a lot of footy because simply his body's not designed to cover the Ks that you do at fullback.
I can agree with you that Latrell plays his best footy when he's in a good team, playing centre, getting him good ball one-on-one. And that's what happened at Roosters in those 2 seasons when he won the comp. Like, he was just chilling there, too big, too strong, one-on-one to centre, see you later, flick past if you need to. So I'm of the opinion that Latrell is a better centre than a fullback. So I agree with you there. And I think this year will show that. As you said, he might be able to roam, play a bit of fullback and attack. So I do agree with you there. Like, we haven't seen in Origin, left centre, he's deadly. So yeah, I agree with you there. But I didn't mind flipping the script a bit there. Do you have anything to counter that?
You did a good job there. I think that if we have to win a comp to essentially flip the script, and I think it's the same with Latrell. And even then, like, if he wins a comp with Souths, you'll have a bit of that legacy feel that GI had, where you're obviously getting that premiership. It adds weight to the fact that he moved there and got strong ties culturally to the club as well. Like, it's an awesome story. But I don't know if he's going to do it at fullback like GI did. I think he's going to be in the centres, and I don't know if one premiership at Souths, and at the moment that's a massive if, like, it's not guaranteed. I don't know if that carries the same weight as back-to-back premierships at the Sydney City Roosters.
Yeah, I do agree with that because Latrell, in his mind, he has high standards. He would have wanted to win a comp, as you said, like Inglis, at fullback, his team. Now he's playing a bit of second fiddle. You know, he's out at centre. You got other guys like Murray, Haas is coming next year. It might not just be all on his shoulders. So I don't think, I think he'll be a bit disappointed he couldn't get it done at fullback. But nonetheless, a premiership is a premiership. So if he can get us a premiership, it's successful signing, in my opinion.
All right, some good arguments there. Did he peak?
Oh, it's a great question. I think he definitely hit near a peak. But like the stock markets, you know, if gold drops, it's going to come back up eventually. And I think with the next 3 years, with the signing of Haas, a fit team, I think he can reach another level and hit an actual peak.
So as of right now, you would say that he has...
Right now?
He peaked at the Roosters.
If he stopped his career right now, I agree he peaked at the Roosters.
Yeah, changed his mind.
Thank you.
Yep. Right now, like, this is great
Right
arguments. Now. Yeah, it's 12-all. I think it's about half time in this. So, Age, what have you got next for us?
Payne Haas will win South comp in 2027.
Ooh, big. Tommy, response?
I think that's ridiculous. I think there's a chance that they don't make the 4.
Ooh.
I reckon...
You don't think we'll make the 4 with Haas, Fafita, Murray and Trell?
I think there's a chance that you don't make the 4.
Well, there's always a chance, but...
Look, I think that you might miss a lot of them through the Origin period. I think you're going to lose a lot of guys if you find the form that you think you will in 27 with Payne there and with those other boys. Like, if we see David Fafita find some form under Wayne, he could find himself back in the Queensland jersey. So if you're talking about 12 weeks where potentially you could be without Dave Fafita, Cam Murray, Payne Haas, you won't have Keon there at this point.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Who knows?
Can't have them all. Can't have all the best forwards in the world.
Who knows what Talis Duncan's going to be doing at that point if he's in the conversation for rep football. Jack Whiten, you might still have at that point. Is he
I think, yes. We still got Whiten for 2027. So next year we only lose off contract at the moment is our halves. So they are crucial. I'm going to give you a bit of a nugget here.
Yeah, pretty
Cody Walker and Humphreys are off contract right now. The rest of the squad's solid. hopefully we re-sign Humphries, and pending on Cody Walker's year, he's 36 years old. So if he saves his career this year, he might get another 1 year contract. Yeah.
Right. I think for you blokes to win a comp or have a chance at winning a comp in 27, you need to make the top 4.
I agree.
Has
You
every
have to
team
make top
in the
4.
NRL era, essentially. But I think you might struggle to do that if you've got a massive period of time through that origin period where you're losing those guys. And that's without factoring in anyone getting an injury like what happened last year with Murray, where you miss him for an extended period of time anyway. I think that might bite you in the backside. And I think that when there's too many variables like that, plus the other strong teams such as the Sydney City Roosters, who probably will be going for back-to-back in 27, I think that, I can't see us winning the comp in 27.
I feel like similar problem for everyone, right? All the good teams have origin players. Like, you guys will have heaps of origin players. Brizzy, Panthers, they'll have origin players. Sharky's always there. They're probably one that are blessed. Actually, they don't have too many origin players.
They're about to lose a middle forward.
Yeah, Adam Fanor-Blake.
He'll be playing state of origin.
How good for us. We're all Blues fans here, so that's massive news.
Yeah, something we can all agree on.
Yes,
there.
But I think every team's in the same boat. So if we're losing players, other good teams losing players, coming back to the fitness, I don't know what happened at Hefferon, but that is cursed at the moment, that training facility. Since we moved there, injuries have been crazy. So hopefully we just turn the tide a bit and fully fit. We'll make the 4 next year with Payne.
Oh, are you concerned with 2027? Yes, Payne's coming in. It's a great year. But all those players that are off contract, 2028 we've got.
I'm concerned 2028.
2028.
I'm concerned 2028, that's for sure. Yeah, next year is like, you talk about premiership windows. I don't think it's going to close, but it's fucking open next year.
Yeah.
So if we don't win 2027, I might have to come back on here and run it back because I'll be a bit nervous.
Just
some fresh
to,
haircuts.
Yeah. Well, one of us.
One of us be coloured.
Just to counter that point though about everyone's in the same boat, I think the main difference with South there is like right now you don't have the strength in the halves. There's still guys, whoever you're going to be picking at that point. It's either going to be Cody at the back end, who might also be one of the casualties, or it's going to be, say, a Humphries or a Bud Sullivan who's still sort of up and coming. So many of the guys I mentioned before are in your forward pack. So to have the majority of your forward pack potentially missing without any unforeseen injuries or suspensions or anything like that, that's what I think would cost you. So I think we'll know pretty much by round 8 of 2027 whether you guys are going to be a chance at winning the comp or not.
Yeah, it is a fair point. Like, you need to have a good halves to win a comp. We've seen that. But, we can still sign a half. That's the thing. And if Humphries has a good year, he could be our man. And we'll be looking back at this like, why are we even doubting him? Cody could have a good year with that left edge, with players around him, make him look good. So I think we could definitely do it without 2 genuine star halves on the back of that forward pack. But yeah, time will tell if our halves are genuine.
Yeah, just keep away from Hugo Savala.
Fluffy, he's ours. We'll take him.
Don't touch Fluff.
Looked good in the trial, didn't he?
DCE could go for a couple more years and head over to South.
Oldest player right now, isn't he? I think he turns 37 on Friday, so he's getting old, DCE.
He can win 2 comps, then you can take DCE. Just don't touch Fluff.
2027, South's winning the comp. I don't know about that one, but we'll head over to Tommy. What's
You're just cut about the Charity Shield roast.
I might be still a little bit dirty about that, but we move on. Tommy, what's your next statement, mate?
This will ruffle some rabbit feathers, but if they got feathers, I don't know. Not a huge animal guy, not a huge rabbit guy, so sue me. Souths rely on their history in terms of their standing in the game. They rely on a long, long time ago. That's something that I feel quite strongly about, actually.
Well, I think history is an important part of the game, and everyone should definitely consider history, not just overlook it. Like, we've won 21 comps. We're the first premiership against you guys in 1908. I'm sure that hurts. That's probably why we're still rivals. Haven't got over that. But, without history, what is the game? Throw Panthers 4 premierships out the window. Who cares? It's history. You have to be looking at history because it builds the future. And I think South is the future with that team that we're going to be shaping next year and onwards.
I'd say they always come back to that, Roasty. They always come back to we've won the most comps. Now, yes, you beat us a couple of times early doors. You beat Sydney Uni water polo team or whoever it was in 19 whatever. No one cares. Like, you have won 95% of your premierships prior to 1971. Thoughts?
Well, my dad was born in 1971, so he saw that premiership. And when I was born, 99, we actually kicked out of the comp. So I came out of the womb and I didn't have a team, but my family from Italian heritage, the red, white, and green. They had to
Almost
go
said
for
blue
south.
there. Almost said blue.
If I said blue, we need to redo that one. But yeah, so
But his statement of that you rely on your history, considering you've only seen one premiership in your life. Your dad's only, yes, he was born in 71, but he wasn't watching.
We'll give it to him.
We'll pay it too for my dad.
So two in his near 60 years on the planet. The fair bit of history that you need to rely on, right?
Yeah, 100%. Especially when you get kicked out of the comp for 2 years, you got to start again. You got to rebuild. Like we came back in 02, so as any new team, you don't just win a comp straight away. So there was a bit of a rebuild. So I think now we're in a great spot. Obviously winning in 2014. Few bad years after that, especially in recent history, but I think we're building and we're going in the right direction.
Yep.
It is crazy work, but like to self-proclaim that you're the pride of the league, you know what I mean? And like I do have a lot of respect for the history. South's obviously being one of the other foundation clubs. I get it, and like that does carry a lot of weight, but in terms of the NRL era, and even like for the 38 years prior to that, there's not a lot doing, apart from getting kicked out of comps and then one premiership in 14 and a few grand finals here and there. Like, I don't know. I think it's crazy to me that they get away with that all the time. Oh yeah, we've won the most comps. It almost should be a reset, I reckon, where we go from 2000. Let's talk about who's won the most comps. You know what I mean? Because then it's all of a sudden a little bit more.
But it's just silly if we did
relevant.
that. You know, we can't compete. We've only won one comp, but we're talking history. 21. We're still the leaders. And you guys, well, I'm not discrediting you guys. You guys were the founders as well, one of the inaugural teams. So I think history is important no matter what club you are. So even for you guys, I'm not discrediting your history. So
That was such a proud history. So, but the thing is also one of those premierships out of the 21 apparently, I can't remember what year it was, but there was like an agreement based on something that neither team had rock up, and then yous rocked up.
That was pretty funny.
Kicked off to no one.
Yeah, obviously I wasn't born there, but yeah, that's hilarious. Imagine that rocking up.
Balmain?
I don't know what team it is. Imagine rocking up grand final day, kick a ball off, and then you win a comp. Like, is it that easy? It's like Panthers, you know, just rock up and win a comp.
If that's one of the premierships, I mean, seriously, like
Should that be scrapped from the?
If you take that off,
history,
if you take it off, we're still 5 more than you. So
I don't count it. I don't count it.
Well, hopefully that conversation will go down as great in history as well. But Age, the last statement, what have you got?
My last statement is a team full of Greg Inglis's will beat any Roosters player. Name one.
Heard of Sonny Bill, bruh?
Oh,
Heard of Sonny Bill?
Hey,
that's a great comparison.
It's a good comparison. You know,
both gun athletes.
Defend Greg Inglis.
Mate, Greg Inglis, he's someone you can play anywhere in the back line. He's big enough to play in the forwards, can play in the halves, he's got good ball skills. Where Sonny Bill, you know, he can play a bit of centre, second row. I wouldn't say he's a great halfback or 5'8", let alone fullback. Probably not fast enough.
How's Sonny Bill's ball skills out the back?
They're phenomenal. So I'll put it to you like this, okay? So Greg Inglis, throughout his career, he played fullback, wing, centre, 5'8". Now, everyone always goes, oh, he's big enough to play in the middle. Playing in the middle is a different beast, right? It's unproven. Whereas Sonny Bill Williams, he had games in the centres. He had a couple games at 5'8". I remember one particularly against his old club, the Bulldogs. Someone pulled out late when he was at the Chooks and came in and scored 2 tries at 6. He's played back row. He's played in the middle as a front rower. He's played lock forward. So I think Sonny would be fit enough to sort of make up the difference at fullback and on the wing. He can pass the ball from 9. Like, let's be real. He'll be good enough.
Can he bend over that low? He's a big boy.
If that's the only issue we've got, I think he's got the runs on the board that he would flog Greg Inglis.
I think it'll be a great match. I'm not saying Inglis will smash him 13 plus, but I reckon just the speed around the ruck when you're spreading it wide, you know, getting him on the outside of Sonny Bill in the centres. Like Sonny would just try and run through you and start flick passing everywhere, but you can't flick pass in our game, the modern game, you know?
I don't think Inglis breaks the line against 13 Sonny Bills, and I think Sonny Bill would just be too fit for him through the middle. That's what I reckon.
Have you seen Inglis's highlights? He's a fucking freak of nature. He's one of the best athletes I've ever seen in my life.
Great highlights.
Natural talent, strong, powerful, speed, ball skill. He's got everything.
I don't disagree, but, you know, 80 minutes in the middle is a different beast. Like, Inglis was having injuries at the back end of his career from playing one position. Like, you throw him in the middle.
Are we saying in their prime, though?
Even in their prime. I still reckon, if we're talking in their prime, we're talking 2009 Greg Inglis, and I don't think he was big enough to play in the middle. I reckon Sonny Bill wins by some margin.
You also got a couple of rule changes as well. Sonny Bill with his massive shoulder charge would not be as effective in today's
That's true.
rules
You can't be shoulder charging.
That's true.
Or you'll be down to 2 men or something.
He also won a premiership post that change though as well.
Yep.
So
Yeah, he came in, didn't he, in the last 3 games of the year and just rocked up. Was it that one?
No, that was in 2020. We didn't win the comp that year, but we did in 2013 when he played the whole year, and that was post shoulder charge. So I think he showed that he would be able to do that.
I'd love to see if it could actually happen.
think-
Obviously, it's a hypothetical, but
I think if we saw it, it'd go into Golden Point. That's how close this
I
game
think so.
would be. All right, now I've got one final one. It's not a statement, but I'll change it to a question. It's directed at you as a Souths fan. If you could go back a month before you signed Payne Haas and before you let Keon go, would you still let Keon go? A young junior, played his whole career at Souths. Would you still let him go, knowing you're going to get Payne Haas?
Jesus. As brutal as it sounds, I wouldn't even blink.
Yeah,
I'd let him go.
let him
for
go.
Haas.
Let a young local
Payne
junior.
Haas is the best forward, and there's a drop to second, Daylight, and then there's like Adam Vanilla-Blake, James Fisher-Harris, Keon and stuff. So I think there's no comparison if you just like for like Haas versus Keon. Loyalty aside, I know he's a mascot junior, South junior. I was actually playing below him, watching him since, he was a kid. And he had a flick pass at under 6s, He's a freak of nature, Keon. But Payne Haas is proven best prop in the game. There's no argument. So I'd let him walk.
I know it's hard throwing to you with not many local juniors, but if Keon was a local junior and you had Payne Haas coming in, would you do the same? Would you let Keon go knowing that you're going to get Payne Haas?
Be honest.
I think you would have to, wouldn't you? I mean, especially the transition from Keon into the middle. I would say it's proven in terms of how well he's gone there, and I think that is his position. And I think that's where he'll play at the Dragons. But Payne is generational.
Yeah.
So I think the way that played out, and it's funny because prior to Payne signing, everyone was like, "Oh my God, how could you let that happen?" from a South perspective. But I think this is one of those situations where everyone wins. Like I think South probably couldn't offer Keon what he's worth, and then to get Payne, I think everyone's won there. Keon's won. Payne's going to go in there, and everyone's won in terms of the situation. No one's going to win a comp at Souths, but they've won in terms of the situation, so that's good.
Another big statement to end it.
Just rewatch the whole episode and you'll find out why we're winning next year or this year.
Well, that was spicy. We've had a lot of great debates, a little bit spicy back and forth statements from both of you. We've even got a bet, which we're looking forward to at the end of the year. You're going to need to start growing your mullet and you need to get prepared just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah,
But
definitely got to start growing it because, I've copped the sticky, but I think I came up with it. So
I think you look great with red, white and blue at the back.
I think so. I don't know if work will like it, but we'll cross that.
Clip that up. I think so.
But thanks to Tom and Age for joining us for Change My Mind. Brought to you by the Isuzu MU-X.